And what does that mean for our future standards of living? We learned when the world shut down for over a year due to COVID that Mother Earth can work to repair our damage when given a break from the constant onslaught of pollution. This knowledge should make people excited to ask world leaders to join with other democratic countries with the GGDI and 7 gens and finally change the world for the better. Those who will no longer be able to grow richer will not like this system, but it will be to give the rest of us a chance to make a difference, purchase a home, and live our fullest lives. This new system I am proposing creates an inclusive world for all democracies so that we can strengthen the future for our children and continue to live in the world they were raised in, with good jobs independent of international influence. In order for democracies to survive, we need to invest in them to strengthen them. If we do not, then we will be at the mercy of autocratic world dominance and communism. And this cannot be what we leave our children, a world of fear, hate, and no human rights. Democratic nations need to build a world where their people will be safe and free. This plan is designed to keep the money rolling back into it so that we can have the maximum amount of money constantly investing into people and the environment. If industry were going to fix this mess they got us into, they would have done it already. For developing countries that we partner with, this plan will help them start a tax system to help fund their infrastructure and start the transition to becoming a developed country. These investments will help build their middle class, which in turn will help lower illegal immigration around the world because people will no longer be desperate to relocate someplace better. We need to open our minds and realize the need to change every aspect of our current system and also how we think. I will now let you enter my mind and let you see how we will save ourselves by investing in ourselves, that there is hope for us and our children to live our best lives while being the best versions of ourselves. Because if the world continues at its current garbage collection and disposal as well as irresponsible industry practices, the world will become inhospitable to life because our freshwater sources are becoming more polluted, decreasing access to clean drinkable water, more plastics in our oceans are poisoning our food chains, waste disposal practices are causing toxins to leach into the air, water, and land, poisoning humans and wildlife. As air becomes more toxic, we are seeing increasing number of respiratory illnesses. And if we don't change how we do our garbage disposal and start addressing our environmental crisis, we will continue to poison our world, and this will have a negative health impact on our future generations. Current landfill practices are not sustainable to the earth and life forms. There are barriers to cleaning up the environment. Who is responsible for the cleanup? Who will do it? How will they do it safely? And where will the funds come from? How can we become more environmentally responsible without destroying or deterring industry development in Canada and around the world? In designing this global plan, it was noted that it would require an astronomically large amount of money, which would be a significant barrier in itself. The sheer size of this proposed plan will require partnerships between governments, corporations, businesses, and the private sector to support one another to build our world sustainable for all. The reason for having a partnership with governments is that profit, greed, cost-cutting, and jobs will always influence the private and for-profit sector. For example, our Canadian government has all the departments to enable us to get this plan up and moving. And Mother Earth does not have the time for us to start from scratch. We need to mobilize and start building our new Earth.